This was a fun one for me because I win all the yays and nays.
Yep, Sam in his T-Rex costume, which you'll hear about. Plus, we've got reasons pregnant mums have cried, parent news, and we finish with a bit of Bluey news. Oh, that's a bit far.
What's the freaking deal?
You want credit. You absolutely nailed dad life that weekend.
All your hormones are synced. I thought I'd start with an interesting fact today.
Sam's interesting fact.
Actually, I have two. One's parenting related, one is parenting adjacent.
Oh, whatever.
It's not actually. I just
This is
saw
not
it.
parent news. I have parent news planned for later.
Yeah, I know. I scrolled Instagram and saw this fact, so I thought it was interesting. Anyway, first fact.
Yes.
Surprising statistic is by the time your child is 12 years old, parents will have spent potentially 75% of the total time you will ever spend with your child.
My initial reaction is to be really sad about that. My secondary reaction is, of course, that makes sense. My child literally sleeps in my bed, and by the time he is 12, he better well be sleeping on his own. And that will halve the amount of time I spend with him.
75% of his whole life.
Oh, I know.
By the age of 12.
I know. We don't wish it away. We whinge a lot on this podcast, but we don't wish it away.
So,
And by whinge, we're just like relatably.
which means invest in your young years, in the formative years.
Although it doesn't help. Like people say, oh, soak it up. And oh, yeah, I know it's hard, but like
Sometimes
treasure every
parenting
moment.
just
I'm like, that's all well and good on the other side. We're in the chaos right now and I'd love a nap.
But means you have to focus on kids. Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Even though the 1-year-old's being a turd, the 6-year-old needs attention.
Yeah. What's your adjacent? That was very random.
No, it's not adjacent. It's just a random statistic that I thought was interesting. Japan just broke the internet speed record. Their new connection can download the whole internet library, the whole Netflix library in 1 second.
See this like glazed over stare? This is how much
That's
I
cool.
care about that.
That's cool. So the whole Netflix in 1 second. That's fast.
Yeah. I think you just lost all of the mums.
That's hectic.
Although gamer mums, yes, I get it.
Who wants to stream when you can download?
Yeah, okay.
Also,
Cool. Sam's a bit of a nerd if you haven't worked that out by now.
I'm pretty sure everyone is sick of the buffering symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you live in Australia, our internet sucks.
We've got the real breaking news here for you parents. Well, you're on a time crunch
You're
then.
a bum.
We're doing yays and nays, catching up quickly on our highs and lows of the week. And I have a lot of funny stories that have been sent in, so let's just power through. My yay is I had a big work presentation this morning, and because it was overseas, it was out of hours, so it's early morning, and I get under the door a little note from Mackenzie, our 6-year-old, saying, "You'll be amazing. I love you so much, Mummy." And it was so cute.
You're going to be amazing. We
be.
love you so much, Mummy.
Okay. I'm sorry, I remembered it wrong.
Who-
I was too busy bawling my eyes out because it was so beautiful.
Because who asked the 6-year-old to do it?
Oh, don't take away from her. Oh, whatever. Ew.
She was literally lying on the couch going, I'm too cold. And I was like,
Well, you should have put a blanket on her. Where is your
she
parenting?
was under the blanket.
Okay. Anyway, that's my yay. Don't outshine that because that's my nay.
I'm not outshining. I'm just saying the 6-year-old
bringing it
wouldn't have
down.
done it without some prompting.
Okay. Well, anyway, you're outshining that, and my nay is another you outshone.
I can't help that
it's
I'm
not-
just amazing.
It's not that I would change anything.
Okay, no. Just
Stop.
admit
Stop.
that I'm a good husband. The end.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I've
all.
no trouble admitting
solved.
that.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry. You didn't have to do anything for
I got
that.
the 6-year-old to write you a lovely
Okay.
note.
Sam outshone my birthday cake. We had the 4-year-old's birthday, and while I wouldn't change it for a second, I spent all morning, all night the night before, baking and building this incredible dinosaur cake. And
I wouldn't call it incredible, but it was
awesome.
pretty good.
It was pretty cool. I had
cool.
to redeem last year. He wanted a dinosaur cake too, and I had to redeem that because it looked like a crocodile, according to him.
Well, it was a crocodile. Let's be real.
It wasn't. It even had spikes coming out of the back.
It was a bit more like an alligator.
Yeah. Anyway, I had to redeem it, and I did, and it was awesome. And he saw it, and he's like, "Mummy, that's so cool." But the reaction to that was absolutely zero compared to the reaction of Daddy coming out of the bushes at the park in a massive T-Rex costume, being the real dinosaur at his dinosaur party. Like, you want credit. You absolutely nailed dad life that weekend. Oh my gosh. Like, there is you need to overlay the video of this for our YouTube watchers because, wow. I mean,
your little reel?
You topped even the other kids. There were like 3 other birthday parties at the park, and Sam had all the other kids chasing him at this park. And I was like, oh, you're amazing. But I baked all morning, and he wouldn't even recall the cake. Cake is not even in anywhere near his memory of how amazing Daddy in the dinosaur costume was.
Spent $40 on Amazon.
Yeah, and just got dressed.
A couple of bucks on some AA batteries.
I think I spent more on ingredients for the cake. But anyway, what's your yay and nay?
It was fun. Well, mine was that.
Yeah.
The dinosaur. That was fun.
He was very cute that night when he was saying thank you.
He was very cute. He gave me a cuddle in the bed, and he looked over at me. He's like, "Daddy, you were my dinosaur for my birthday." I was like, "Oh." That was quite sweet. And he had a big grin on his face. So that was quite cute. And then the other one, Mike, I was lying with the 6-year-old the other day and showing her some videos of someone who's a dancer and obviously quite fit. And she was like, "Whoa, he's got big muscles." And I was like, "Yes, he does." And she's like, "Has he got bigger muscles than you?" And I was like, "Yes, he does." She's like, "Does that mean he's stronger than you?" And I was like, "Yes." She goes, "Whoa, that means he must be able to lift up the whole world." I was like, "Oh."
She thinks Daddy holds the whole world.
I'm definitely not that strong.
But you hold her whole world, and you're a good dad.
Also made me want to get fit because
you don't want to be compared to anyone.
Comparing myself to someone who I now work a bit closely with, and he's a couple of years older than me and quite fit. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So
anyway, what's
not that I can dance.
So you double yayed. This
dance.
is a very happy episode for you. You've double yayed. What's your
nay?
nay?
I got your yays too. I got your yay and nay as my yays.
Yeah.
My nay was apparently I still open bananas wrong.
Oh, I called it as you were doing it. I was like, no.
Apparently I do all the food wrong for the 1-year-old.
Food is just his trigger, and if you do the wrong thing with his food, that's it for half an hour. It's meltdowns. As Sam was opening the banana, I was like, no, he's not there to do it with you. And yeah, you paid the price for that one.
Oh, it took him like 10 minutes and then he came around to it.
Yeah,
you just leave it there.
Screaming
and then
so loud.
Yeah, but you leave it there and he eventually comes around to it. And then you just let him roll around the floor and he
and
gives
then
a rat.
I don't know what was going through your head. Even as I was saying, no, you snapped the banana off. And I was like, what are you doing?
Well,
anyway.
He's not getting a full banana. He doesn't need a freaking full banana. He gets half a banana. But then last night, you peeled it, snapped off the banana, gave both of them half, and they're fine. What's the freaking deal? Anyway.
Who can see inside the mind of a 2-year-old, I tell you, almost 2-year-old.
Bloody children, I tell ya.
Well, speaking of irrational meltdowns, one of the things we put out there last week was to pregnant mums, or I was going to say previously, any mum. I
was going to say, if you're a mum, you 9 times out of 10 have been pregnant.
Yeah. I put the question out, what have you cried over? While pregnant? Like, what's the irrational pregnancy tears? Because we get sent these stories. I mean, we put an update out of the new ones we've had come in, and I just get another flood of them come in because it is just such a relatable part of the mum life that no one else understands. Like, I'm going to read these out and you're going to be like, this is so stupid, and I'm going to be like, I totally understand.
I still wish I remember more of yours.
No, I'm very glad that we didn't have this podcast back then.
Because holy dooly.
Man, I would have just cried over everything. Every story we got in, I would have been a mess. Even the funny ones, I'd just be like, oh, it's so funny. I'm so sad.
Literally everything. Anyway, carry on.
So here's a fresh batch for you. I cried because I was showing my husband one of those videos that say, which fish reminds you of your girlfriend? And he picked one and I started crying because he didn't pick the one that I wanted.
All the time. All the time.
You're telepathically meant to know which fish to pick.
All the fucking time.
All right.
That's not the one I wanted. Hang on, continue.
I'm currently pregnant and I cried because Costco didn't have my child's favourite oatmeal. I can buy it at the shop down the street, but it was a very emotional time for me.
Yeah, it's just inconvenient.
It just didn't go to plan, even if it was just something that didn't matter.
Throw
It
in
didn't go to plan.
hormones, throw in uncomfortable waddling, throwing in getting in and out of the car. It's effort.
Yeah. I cried because my husband was designing an imaginary outfit for a stuffed llama toy that I have. And he said that the llama would have a monocle. I burst into tears because I didn't want the llama to have a monocle. Your confused face right now. You're like,
Hormones be crazy.
Oh, pregnancy's a wild ride.
It's not real.
Okay, look, we can all relate to this one. I cried because the smoothie I made didn't taste like the other smoothies I've made before.
I get it though. I do get it. Cause
yeah.
I'm like, all right.
It's so hard when you've got
same
something
smoothie.
you love.
No, it tastes different.
Yeah.
Done. Get rid of it. Okay. You gave me crap for this on the weekend. Me of all people understand that.
Yeah.
You have something you like, you stick to it.
I'm pregnant and cried today because I watched a TV ad of a fridge and I have the exact same one. I cried because I knew my fridge wouldn't find love. Never have a fridge friend.
Nope.
So sad.
Nope. Well, it will. It'll just never be next to each other.
Yeah.
pretty rare,
Oh,
isn't it?
that's even sadder.
I'll just be in another room. They'll just have to yell at each other. Hey, bar fridge.
I cried at a bunch of daffodils outside a doctor's office at the red lights while I was driving. Then I sobbed even harder a couple of days later when I passed them again and they had died. Probably just, I know you're trying to like, as a previously pregnant person, they were probably just beautiful and it was just something beautiful and they're so beautiful and now I'm going to start crying. Easy A to B when you're pregnant.
Nah. Does not compute.
All right. I wanted hugs and he said he needed to go to the bathroom. I was bawling my eyes out saying he will be too far away and I wanted to come with him. Oh, mama, you need a hug. There's some big feelings right there. The best one though. Mm-hmm. I'll finish on this one. We get so many in. But the best one, someone sent, why am I crying at this reel of all of these mums crying? And that's how relatable it is. It's because
all your hormones are synced.
We all know the feeling. We all feel it. It's emotional. It's an emotional time.
I feel like when you're pregnant, it goes one or two ways, right? You either become super empathetic or absolutely nothing.
What do you mean?
Like, if you're empathetic, like when you're pregnant, you either become super empathetic or you're a crazy nutcase.
I feel like it's
with
both.
no
And you
empathy.
just like, I mean, for me, it was both. And I just slid from either end of extremes. I was either raging or I was crying. There was no in the middle.
I don't know.
The in the middle was when I was busy vomiting, probably. Cool. Well, to follow along, another question I asked and put out there because I was just like, someone posted something about, reverse cards. And I was like, parenting feels like a whole, reverse card sometimes.
It does.
And so I put the question out there. I was like, what's backfired on you as a parent? Like, what have you done with good intentions or maybe not so good intentions? But like, what have you done that has completely backfired on you? For example, one mum sent in, I had my children convinced that the music coming out of an ice cream truck meant they had run out of ice cream. But the look of horror on my daughter's face when she found out that her mama had lied. Woof. Which, I mean, you're not the first parent to use that lie for your kids. Like, that white lie, I think everyone's probably, well, not everyone, but a lot of people use that white lie. But yes.
Lots of white
when
lies.
They find out, when they find out.
Yeah.
All right, you can share in these. I didn't let you read any of the pregnant ones
I
because
know.
you're too inconsiderate and you don't understand.
I'm not empathetic enough.
You can read these.
My partner's mum told him he was allergic to bees and grass. It wasn't until he was in his 30s she told him that actually wasn't true, and she'd only told him that so he wouldn't stain his clothes as a kid.
Oh, that's a bit far. That's like, yeesh. I don't think you'll
What's
have
the
many.
bees got to do with anything?
Well, like, you just can't go play in the gardens and you're allergic to bees and grass. You'll have to stay inside. What a shame.
Inside.
I feel like you'll find a lot of parents are trying to do the opposite and be like, you're allergic to video games. Get outside.
Wow.
On the allergies, someone sent in, my youngest kept getting shells stuck in his throat whenever we ate prawns. I'd just give him some bread to clear it down. Turns out he was allergic to seafood, and I've only just learned that. He's 29 years old. Obviously not life-threatening, but we live near the coast, so he did get fed a lot of bread as a kid. Jeez, he keeps getting stuff stuck in his throat all the time. Actually, his throat's just closing up a little bit.
Batman.
I mean, at least it wasn't life-threatening, and he still got to enjoy prawns.
I love prawns.
I don't really, but...
You don't. I actually, okay. No, I love eating prawns. I hate peeling prawns. I told my 5-year-old he could have a stretched Hummer for his 10th birthday thinking he would forget. After that, the countdown was on.
That's 5 years.
That was a rookie
That's
move.
a 5-year countdown, though. Like, you kind of think you might be free and clear when it's that long,
But kids never forget that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And I messaged back and forth with this parent when they sent it in, and they followed through. They were like, we promised it. Had to do it for his younger sister as well when she had her 10th birthday. It became a thing.
Yeah, well, you can't have a...
what an expensive
You can't have
comment.
Yeah, you can't have
You've got to follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't bluff. Oh, well, speaking of, I was breastfeeding my son and my daughter was being a bit of a rat bag that day. The only thing I could think of was to call dad. I had a full conversation on the phone with him as she was listening in. I said things like, I'm disappointed that she's not listening and it's very sad, this and that. I hung up the phone and told my daughter that daddy was very sad that she hadn't been listening to mummy. She looked at me dead in the eye and said, silly mummy, that was the remote. And she went on playing. She was in fact correct, and she's been calling my bluff ever since. Yeah, kids aren't silly. If you treat them like they're silly,
kids are not silly.
And also, I feel bad for you. Not many parents, especially on the internet, will be on your side for like pretending to call dad and like lying to your kid. But I just know what that desperation's like when you've got a little baby and a little kid, and it's like, just what do I have to do to make this work right now? Like,
I've thought about it. I've never followed through on it because I'm like, no, it's going to backfire.
I understand the desperation, but yes, that was doomed to backfire on you.
Yeah. I'm a nutritionist and wanted to bring my kids up to be very healthy. That backfired, and my now middle child, who's almost 18, refuses to eat anything but pizza and fast food, which he pays for himself. I have to ignore it because if I say anything, it'll become a thing.
Oh, I'm not prepared for teenagers, hey. I read that and I'm like, we're still in the phase where we can send you to your room if you're being a turd.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, we have one more. This one's a good one. Ready? We were always very open with sexual conversation with our kids. No bad questions. Anything asked was answered really clearly without preamble. Now they're young adults and we find out way more than we want to about our kids' sex lives. Take it back.
Yeah.
I mean, you've erred on the right side of that equation. A lot of parents get it wrong the other way, but
yeah.
It's like, la, 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 la. I've got you to adulthood now.
Yeah. Moving on.
We do have some parent news here this week. Number one was a Detroit mum was booted from a Zoom court hearing after making a PB&J during the call. The mum admits to have been having a tough morning that day after her 3-year-old ended up home sick. This reads really badly, and she got dragged a lot for it online. A lot of people being like, how can you be so unprepared? However, apparently she had sat in that Zoom waiting room for hours. Even she knew it was bad and said the video popped up all of a sudden and you could see me in my robe with the PB&J, and the first thing I said was, oh my God. She was there in the first place for a misdemeanor for allegedly having an open alcohol container as a passenger in a car. And I saw that and I was like, she's in like peak mum life. Like, it's probably, if she's a passenger in someone else's car, she's probably had her first night off in ages and been like, I need a margarita. But yeah.
Well, you don't have a
parent
container,
life, hey?
so it's either a bottle or a...
But yes, the judge took one look at her and booted her off the call and said, no hearing here. Which I get, there is obviously needs to be order and decorum, but when you've waited for hours in the waiting room, I feel like with a sick kid, because it's very hard to get daycare or child minding or anything for a sick kid, especially as a single mum. This was a single mum, so I do feel bad for her.
I feel like that judge just needs to pull the stick out of his ass.
Well, that's a little bit what some people have said too. To be fair, a judge, like a court hearing is one of those things that like you'd think you'd be like hyper prepared for. And I feel like if I had that, even if the waiting room was going for hours and I had a sick 3-year-old, I'd still be like eyes glued to the screen. But that's all well and good to say. All right. We have one more Bluey news segment, and I figured I'll let you read this one because I usually hog the Bluey news, but it's your turn.
Bluey has come in on top again as the most streamed show for the first half of 2025.
No surprises there.
No. It's had over 25 billion viewing minutes, topping Grey's Anatomy in number 2 with 22 billion, and other favourites like Squid Games, NCIS, Reacher, and Family Guy.
Two of my favourite shows just chilling at the top.
And some of mine too.
That's pretty impressive,
NCIS
though.
and Reacher?
It's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, but when there's a good kids show.
Well, it's not like for here on in, do not class Bluey as a kids show. It's an everyone show. It's a family show because it is like, it's made for parents.
There's 154 episodes.
Yeah.
Let's say the average, 7.5 minutes?
Yeah. 7.
7?
Yeah.
It's just under 1,100 minutes.
1,100 minutes an episode.
For all of the episodes.
For like sitting and watching it through. Yeah, wow.
Jeez, billion is a lot of zeros.
Still not as impressive as our Bluey farts. If you want to hear the Bluey farts, you'll have to go find that episode. But Bluey's like
22.7 million times Bluey has been watched. Start to finish.
Jeez, that's a lot.
A lot.
We love you, Bluey.
A lot, Bluey.
Anyway, that's it for this week. Come back next week. We've got more laughs. I've actually had so many confessions sent in. So if you've got confessions, make sure you send that in. Like the funny things that you want to fess up to, either for you or your kids, the fails, the embarrassing stories. This is a really good place to get those out. We are happy to be your confessional. And follow us on socials. We put all the best bits up there. You can see Sam in his T-Rex costume up there. There's always behind the scenes and bits and pieces. So go check it out.
Check it out.